Welcome to the Brew of Life podcast show, episode 5. I'm your host, Steven, and today we'll be talking about detoxing from social media. Enjoy the show. Welcome, everyone, to the show again. It's good to be back again, and as of recording this, it is 11/11 today, November 11th, and today, as of recording this, 11/11, it's gonna be a good day, for everyone, and just good things will come in your life, just because it's 11/11. And let's get into the show, and so I start having this, I started thinking about this topic, earlier this day at school, and it just got me a little bit curious. Like, it just got me, I've been thinking about this for a while. Is social media, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like social media is just practically ruining our lives. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm just gonna say that right now. Now, can there be some good things about social media? Yes, I do. Honestly, I think so. And I know I kind of sound like some kind of old person that says, "Oh, phones are bad, social media is bad, technology is bad." No, I am all for technology. No, I'm all for it. I'm so fascinated with technology. I love technology, I love the idea of just programming. I love the idea of inventions. I know I'm all for it. I love it a lot. But it just comes as far where, what if it's just like if when it uses us, when it uses us, not when we, no, I guess you say, like, social media gets into the driving wheel of your brain and just controls us, because we've been so dependent on this that it just consumed us. And I know that it really consumed me. I came to a point, last year and many other I used social media since around when I was in 6th grade, and that actually just consumed me a lot. I remember just using it hours and hours, just scrolling. And now I just don't really see what's so special about it now. The only good thing about social media, in my opinion, is just that, it can be good for entrepreneurs. Without social media, then, the entrepreneur market would have never exploded. And, people can start their own business right now. They don't need an office. They don't need to advertise on TV, advertise on newspapers. They can just literally, upload a post, advertising, their product, their business, their company, and bam, this is literally it. I think social media is a big opportunity for young entrepreneurs. It's a big opportunity if you want to release a product out there, and it can just be really good. For example, if you want to start an online store, an online clothing store, then you can literally just advertise that right now on social media. And I am for sure people are going to they're going to be curious about it, and they're going to check it out. Most definitely. So though it comes to the fact, there's a lot of negative sides to it, and 9 out of 10 we are using social media for a validation. We are using it for pleasure. That's basically about it. We're not really using it for productivity use, for business use. Though instead we're using it, I guess you can say, just to get attention. And social media has really, I felt made our ego go way up in the sky. Makes our ego evolve more and more. And honestly, you would think that social media would have connected all of us. I mean, which it is right now. But what I mean by connecting all of us, like, wouldn't you think like social media will try to connect all of us? And I mean that by, like all of us being socializing. And probably like social media, if it can improve our social ability, talking to other people around the world and just being confident to talk so many people around the world that you have never really met, or just people, just give me anyone. And like, you would think that social media will put a dent on anxiety. It would put a dent on depression. It would put a dent on, I guess you can say, like, was, I guess, just, anxiety. Was it? I already said that. Or social anxiety, or just anything, or just any bad emotions that we all feel. You think that it will, help in those people who have anxiety, who have these negative emotions in us, and we all do sometimes. Though I feel like with social media, it just made it worse. It just skyrocketed. Like, it just made it worse, way worse than what it was back when, when there was no social media. There was barely, there was no platform for all of us to talk. Like back in, back then, like, anxiety wasn't that much big of a deal. Like, think back then when you were a kid. Think back then when you were an infant. You didn't care what other people think, And, like, think back then when you were back in elementary school. Like, you didn't have no anxiety. You just talked to everyone. Like, you just talked to any person in the room, and you were just socializing with all your peers, and, like, you were just so overly confident. You didn't care what other people think. You didn't care how the way you look. You just didn't care about that at all. All you just care is like, well, I'm in this world for some reason, and like, you just didn't care, like, at all. You did not care. But I feel like the more we got older, the more we start comparing ourselves with other people, the more we start validating, the more we just starting, the more we just start to just like care what other people think about us, and the more we start worrying about our looks and trying to just, like, I guess you'd say, being like, I don't know how to explain, like, worrying about our looks and just try to, I guess you say, impress people. That's what I mean. And I kind of got a little that brain fart because I got a notification on my PC. But moving on. Man, what other things? Like, yeah, just back then we just didn't care at all. Like, at all. We never cared about any of these type of things. But the more we get older, the more we start feeling these negative emotions out of nowhere. And it's just like, wow, man. And also, like, it got me thinking too. Like, why did Steve Jobs made the smartphone? Like, were we even prepared for this type of technology? Like, were we even prepared to have smartphones? I don't even think we really are. I don't even think we as humans, we're really prepared for this type of technology. I don't even think so. And, like, I think, I feel like Steve Jobs, he didn't really intentionally he didn't really want smartphones to be addicting at all. But, like, I'm pretty sure, like, when he made the iPhone, he probably thought, like, using it as a tool for our day-to-day lives, just as a tool. Though instead, I feel like, more like, since more of these companies, for example, like Facebook, getting into the ring of, the technology industry back then, it, like, things had changed drastically, and things had just gotten worse. And especially Facebook as well, because even Facebook, they make their apps so much addicting. Like they even have. I heard on this podcast show. I think what's his name? Joe Rogan podcast show. I remember listening to his podcast, and he was talking about how, like, he had a guest on, and the guest said, like, how, like, they even have researchers on, like, how to make Facebook more addicting. And I know, like, that, like, most people don't own Facebook, but, like, even though more people, I feel like, own Instagram, and let's be honest, and like, Facebook owns Instagram, so, like, it doesn't make, yeah, I don't really know what to say there. Facebook owns Instagram, and honestly, I just feel like the internet, back then, it used to be like the Wild West. And it used to be just so much more simpler times as well. And, like, as of now, when, like, there's Facebook, Google, they just started monopolizing the internet. And now it's just, like, so much more strict as well with social media. And I don't know, man. It's just kind of scary. And, yeah. So I was thinking about that as well. And just also, like, why, man, I don't know how to explain it. And also, it's just like, man, social media can drastically change us. Like, we always, and also just, I feel like it's kind of a time waster as well. Just because we're just, I'm talking mainly about Instagram, because Instagram is more, I think you can say, like, it's a more effective, like, one of those more effective social media apps that gets into our minds and just affects our emotions. And, like, I just remember back then, like, I just felt miserable using social media. And also, I remember used to being so sad about, like, especially, like, comparing myself to other people from school. I started, like, going to social media, and I started getting sad, a little jealous of how, like, people from my school, they posting these pictures of how, like, they look so perfect, like, it's like they're having so much fun. They're at a place where they seem to be so happy, and, like, you feel like you're missing out. You're missing out on all the action, and it just makes you, I guess you can say, feel like a loser. Just straight up a loser. Man, even though, like, at the end of the day, like, if you use social media, like, when you travel around the world, for example, let's say, you go to Hawaii, right? But like, the reason why you're at Hawaii, you're not there to be in the present moment, to have a good time, have fun, be in that moment that you're in Hawaii, right? But instead, you're just taking pictures of yourself, showing off, flexing that you're at Hawaii, posing and all this stuff. And then you post on social media to try to get the likes. Likes is the new currency, and attention is a new currency in this day and age, I guess you can say. Because I don't know why, man. It's just like nowadays, like, we've been so focused on attention, and we try to be someone, like, we try to be something that we're not even are. We try to put this persona mask on to show off to people, to, like, just say, like you're fine, even though deep down you're probably not. Most definitely. Especially for social media is really bad for just people just to show off. Just for example, like, like, if you're, like, exercising, right? Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it to get other validation from other people, to get other people's opinions? Okay, like, if you're doing it for yourself, then that's good. That's self-love. Like, you're taking care of your body. You care about yourself. You love yourself. But if you're doing it, I guess you can say, clout chasing for Instagram, to get all the likes, to get all the compliments from people, you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for other people's opinions. And that's really bad, because life is too short to live with other people's expectations. I hope you know that. It's way too short. There's so much things in life that like we all just all of a sudden just worry about what other people think, which is just such an unhealthy thing. And honestly, just like if you want to get off of social media, it's gonna be hard. Trust me, especially if you're just trying to do this. It is definitely going to be really difficult. It was really difficult to me for me. You know, like I remember saying, you know what, I'm gonna go on like a cold turkey, no social media for like a month. I'm gonna be good. And then I relapse. I used the app, I re-downloaded it, and got into my old habit ways. And am I saying to like forever quit social media? No, I'm not saying that. It's your choice if you want to quit social media forever. But all I'm saying, just take a break from it. Just to take a break from it. At least stay away from social media for at least 2 weeks. And when you like just quit social media, you're just not on it, and those 2 weeks pass by, you're going to know some results. Like you're gonna know like, wow, this has been affecting me. And like if you can't do 2 weeks, at least do it for like one whole day. Or even 3. Just try to challenge yourself and just try to set the goal as small as possible. Because like if you try to set the goal like, oh, I'm not gonna go on social media for the whole year or for the whole month, most definitely you're gonna relapse. So don't do that. And also like I said, social media can be a good thing. It can be a good place for just people, because like social media, we can use it for the good. We can use it to help others. We can use it to give other people's good life advice. I guess you can say social media, we can use it for the good. And I definitely believe by that. And also use it for entrepreneur things. Even though we don't really do that. And, it kind of sucks. So, yeah. And also, let's talk about, I guess you can say, like, the mental health part. And most definitely, social media does affect your mental health. It does affect how the way you think. Especially when you're on it a long time. Just because, like, like, people and, like, these celebrities and just people who post on social media, they always seem to have, like, a good life 24/7. And also, especially, like, people be showing off their success. And, like, if you're that type of person who seem like, oh, I'm never going to find success, you go on social media, and you see someone who looks to be so successful in life, who looks so just like they have everything. They know everything. Like, they have like they have all the materialistic things. They have all the things that they wish for, and they look like they're having a good life. And you're saying to yourself like, wow, man, like, am I a failure? And definitely no, of course not. Especially like, we always think that like when people post on social media and they're showing off their success, it's like overnight success. And like overnight success does not exist, man. Definitely does not exist. Because like if you try to do something, for example, like start a YouTube channel. If you want to try to start like a YouTube channel, one day, like you're not gonna be successful over that one day. Like you're not gonna get 1 million subscribers over that one day. That's impossible. No, this takes years to master. This takes months, years just to do. And like when you get to that goal, like you feel so good about yourself. Like, wow, I accomplished this goal. But like if you want to go to that goal, first thing first, like you cannot set expectations for yourself. That's especially for social media. Always having expectations for ourselves. Always trying to look pretty. Always trying to look good. Always, social media tells, us about like, how we should own, materialistic things like Gucci. Louis Vuitton, Supreme, all these materialistic things that like doesn't really even matter at all. Means doesn't really even matter. And like we're only buying these like expensive things, these expensive products, just to show it off to other people. And like instead of just buying these materialistic things, invest into something else that is going to benefit you. You know, it can just be anything. You know, just invest in yourself. And just invest just invest something that you know is gonna get you somewhere. I guess you can say. And yeah. I'm trying to think back as well. Okay. And also, this how social media consumes us. So we're gonna go more into deep topic. So there's this YouTuber that sadly passed away back in June. I used to watch him all the time, and like he was one of my favorite YouTubers. Like I don't know why about him, but like he just felt like a family member. Honestly, like that's how real he was. Like when I always see his content, when he always live streams, he was just so energetic and just such a good person, man. And that YouTuber is Desmond Amofa, aka Etika, and he sadly committed suicide. And honestly, it just really made me open my eyes about social media as well, and just made me think back, like, man, like is social media really benefiting us at all? And also, like he said in his suicide note that he said in his suicide note that don't let social media consume you. That's what he literally said. Don't let social media consume you. And I guess you can say like I could see how it consumed him, man. Like he got all this attention from other people. You know, I don't know what it feels like to be famous. I don't know what it feels like to be, you know, having so much attention from other people on social media. So, I'm just assuming what he thought. So, I may not be 100%, accurate, but he just probably thought like, man, like, he has so much pressure in him. I could really see that he has so much pressure because, like, even when he tried to ask for, help on social media, like he was giving out signs that, he had a mental problem. He had some mental health issues. And like people just started all of a sudden didn't take him seriously at all. All of a sudden, people just started calling him a clown, putting all the clown emojis, started making fun of him, saying that, he's faking all of this for attention, for views. Even though at the end of the day he wasn't. He actually wanted to get help. And that really impacted me because like I'm kind of regretting it now as well. Now, I did not make fun of him. I didn't call him a clown. I didn't call him any of that. But like I kind of felt like I was like I bypassed it. Like I was kind of like I was kind of like that passive person, like not doing anything, not trying to speak out my opinion of like, try to help him out. Even though like I did comment on some of his posts back then when he had like back in April when he had his mental breakdown, though it wasn't, I can say like as effective or anything like that. Though, thank goodness I never made fun of him, man. And it's just like, man, social media can really, it can really put us in pressure. Like we always want to be famous. We always want to have that fame with us. Though at the end of the day, is that fame even really worth it? Honestly, I don't even think so. And it's just because like you're getting so many, like because you're, I don't know how to explain it. Honestly, it's like you're getting eyeballed by so many people around the world, and I could feel what he feels, man. And honestly, I just feel bad for him. especially if you put a persona mask under him. And what I mean by persona, like he wasn't really being 100% him. He wasn't really being himself. He was just doing it for the audience. He was just doing it for you know just for people on social media, just to please others, just to live up to their expectations. Now I could be wrong, like I said, but yeah, man, like this is a way how he said in his note, don't let social media consume you. Like, man, and I kind of wish, like, after his death, people would change and just, like, I guess you say, would rethink about this. Like, what are we doing? Like, we need to at least make social media a better place for people instead of hurting other people. And like, if someone is showing some mental health issues, showing signs, then we go out there and help them. We help that person. We motivate that person. We'll do whatever it takes to make that person feel so much better. And for Etika, I feel like they didn't really. And now he's gone. Though at the end of the day, but though, his spirit still lives on. Most definitely. I know his spirit is still out there. And, he may not be here in this form on Earth, though he is in the spirit world, and he is in other dimensions. I just know that. So, yeah. That also just made my eyes open about social media when, when he made his video that he was going to commit suicide. And honestly, if you're listening to this, you're thinking about like ending it all, it's not worth it. Like, do not do it, because like you would think like it will stop the pain, right? Though at the end of the day, like, you're just gonna transfer that pain to your family, to your friends, to just everyone. You're only gonna transfer that pain. You're not gonna end the pain. No, the pain will still continue on, because like it's now transferred to other people. And like, Etika's pain, that transferred to me. Like, that really made me it really made me sad. Like, it really made me just had like that breakdown, like, wow, he's gone, man. Like, I felt his pain. And I know for sure, like, even his close one, his loved ones, felt that pain as well. And that's why I'm saying, like, we gotta take breaks from the social media stuff. Like, this consumes us. And the more we just take social media so seriously, the more we just become so numb, I guess. The more we desire, I guess you say, for likes, compliments, attention in social media, the more we're going to suffer. Cravings leads to suffering. The more, the things that we desire, sometimes it can lead us to suffering. Most definitely. And honestly, like, all the and also the likes, the followers, when you die and like, when you leave this world, doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean anything at all. Like, the likes, followers, doesn't mean anything at all. I'm being serious. Like, those don't mean anything. But what does matter is just like how you impact the world, like how you helped other people. How, I guess you can say, like, inspired other people. That means so much more than just followers and likes, man. And yeah, man. I had this thought in my head. What I was about to think about talking about. I know I've been talking for quite a few sometimes, but I just want to get that out of my chest. And yeah, let's talk about, I guess, more about how we're going to at least, take a break from social media. Just temporarily, just take a break from it and just do something for ourselves. Just do something better for ourselves. Okay. So just first of all, just if you're on social media, at least terminally disable your account, and that will be really most effective. Just terminally disable it. No, you're not deleting it forever if you still want to stick with social media. Though, like, if you just permanently just want to get out of social media, you can. But for those, who, want just to take a break, though, like, not forever quitting, terminally disable it, and also just, like, delete the app, and replace that. So, like, yeah, just replace it. In order to get rid of a bad habit, we must replace it with a good habit. Most definitely. So what we need to do is just like, just do anything else. Just invest your time into anything else instead of just social media. And I'm sure the process is going to be really easy. The first few days, you're going to have that urge of to pick up your phone and using social media. And it's going to be tough. Most definitely, it's going to be tough. It was tough for me. I realized many times, but now I've been feeling so much better about myself that I feel like I don't really need social media. The only times I now use social media is just for business. And that's about it. So, and also, just like, if you want more info, go to the channel called Matt Diavella. Matt Diavella, he makes a lot of good content about how we can distance ourselves from smartphones and just live in the present moment and just be happy in the moment. Because, like, I think that's also a reason why social media can be somewhat bad, because we're never really here in the now. Like, you're living and breathing right now, and you're not really appreciating that at all. And you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you look at the time pass by, and you just see, like, how much time you just wasted, and you just kind of regret that. It was just short-term pleasure. It wasn't that long-term gratification. It was just short-term gratification. And yeah, it can just be sometimes bad. And also, just like distant away from your phone as well. Because most definitely when you're on your phone trying to do something, you're going to open up social media. Unless you delete it, or unless you're going to be like me, which do not do, re-download the app. And I regret that I just re-downloaded it. So, yeah, just distancing away from your phone. Just try to build good habits. Just new ones. Just try to do, like, I think the reason why we are on social media is because we care. I know it's because, like, we're just bored. And if you stop wanting to being bored, get out of your comfort zone. And most definitely getting out of your comfort zone, you're going to be 100% more in the present moment. Because you're just more focused on it, because, like, you're so discomfort. For example, like learning something new, learning a new language, exercising, even though I talked about that a lot, meditation, running, just like doing opposite things that we usually do in our daily routine, I guess you can say. And yeah, so that's about it. I just wanted to get that off of my chest, man, because I just had that thought in my mind about social media and how it's pretty much consuming us. Yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I just hope that you guys, rethink about social media. Like, just look social media as, don't let social media use you. I put it that way. It's that you use social media for the good, for the tool. Use it as a tool. Like, you can manifest anything you want from social media. As long as you just do it for the good and not doing it just for the attention. Like, you could build your brand right now. Like, anyone can make a business right now. And you can build your brand right now thanks to social media. And I still see that social media is still a good thing with that. But for mental health wise, of just comparing yourselves and just living in this persona world of social media, that's where things can go out of hand. It just can go bad. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. My name is Steven, and also, like I said again, happy 11/11 to everyone. And yeah, hope you all have a blessing day. And yeah, this is the Brew of Life show. My name is Steven, and I'm out. Peace.